Hey guys, welcome again to the Maths Club. If you are just joining us, welcome. For some time, we're looking at set theory, and in the previous video, we looked at 3 set Venn diagram shading. So in this video, we're looking at problems that involve 3 sets. We'll be using both the mathematical approach and Venn diagram to be able to solve them. So if you know someone that this particular channel can help spread the word, we believe in reaching as many people as possible through the word of mouth. So let's get started. Just like when we're treating the 2 sets, we have a general equation for 3 sets, and it states that for any 3 subsets A, B, and C that are not disjoint, meaning that if I look at the intersection of sets A, sets B, and set C, it is not equal to the null sets. That means that there is something that is joining 3 of them together. Then I can say that the number of elements in the union of all of them is equal to the number of elements in A, B, and C minus number of elements in the intersections. So intersections of A and B, intersections of A and C, intersection of B and C. And then when I remove all this intersection, you agree with me that it's going to remove the intersection between the 3 of them. And this is something that you can, I want to try it out. So just maybe the way we did the 2 sets, look at some random values and try to come up with these things yourself. So because it's going to remove the intersection between the 3 of them, we have to add back that intersection between the 3 of them. So it's just very similar to what we're doing in the 2 sets, just that in this case we're having an extra one, and because we're having an extra one, we have to factor in the intersections between the A and the B, and then we need to add back all the intersections between A, B, and C. Also too, like the previous video, if we're not given the union of A and B and C, we can find it by saying the universal set minus the complement of A, B, and C. So just like we stated before, this will also give us the same thing, at least for the left hand side, and we can still be able to accomplish the same results. So let's look at some examples that will bring this home. In the first example, we're told that in a group of 120 customers, 72 bank with First Bank, 65 bank with Trust Bank, and 53 bank with Allmark Bank. If 35 bank in both First Bank and Trust Bank, 30 bank in both First Bank and Allmark Bank, 21 in both Trust and Allmark banks, and each of the customers bank with at least one of the 3 banks. So that means that there is no customer that does not have an account with at least one of them. So we should draw the Venn diagram, and then we should find out how many bank in all 3, exactly one of the 3, and then 2 or more banks. Let's solve this together. So first things first, what are we given in this particular question? We're told that the universal set of customers, so the N of U, is 120. The number that bank with First Bank is 72. Number that bank with Trust Bank is 65. The number that bank with Allmark Bank is 53. Then we're told that the number that bank with First Bank intersection Trust Bank is 35. Number that bank with First Bank intersection Allmark Bank is 30. Number that bank with Trust Bank and the Allmark Bank is 21. And then this order we're given. So let us represent this in our Venn diagram. So this is our Venn diagram in the same order that we read it. So the first one will be N of First Bank. Second one will be the N of Trust Bank. Third one will be the N of Allmark Bank. So this is N of Allmark Bank, and then this will be our N of the universal set. So the people that banked with First Bank is 72, and then Trust Bank is 65, and then Allmark Bank is 53. So this will be equal to 53. And then the number that bank in the universal sets, like all of the customers, is 120. So we're told that number of First Bank and Trust Bank is 35, but this is not 35 only, so we need to take out the intersection. So if we want to find intersection, maybe we can make the intersection to be X. So First Bank and Trust Bank only would be 35 minus X. First Bank and Allmark Bank would be 30 minus X, so this is for the only parts, and then the Trust Bank and the Allmark Bank would be 21 minus X for the only parts. Now, if I wanted to find people that bank in First Bank only, so that would be 72 minus 35 minus X minus in brackets 30 minus X. So it's important that you put these brackets. So for this guy, this would be 65 minus in brackets 35 minus X, then minus X, then minus 21 minus X. So I'm just removing all the intersections from the N of T. Same thing, so this would be 53 minus 30 minus X, then minus 21 minus X. It's just a bit more complex because it's 3 sets. Now if I want to do this, I can now say that I can add each of all these guys and then they must give me 120. So this would be 72 minus, so if I open this bracket, this would be minus 35, minus and minus is plus, that will be plus x, minus and then 30, so this would be minus 30, minus times minus is plus, so this will be plus x. Let me just make this a little bit simpler so that it does not create problems going forward. So this will cancel this. So if I press my calculator, I can resolve as saying 72 minus 35 minus 30, and this gives me 7. So at the end of the day, this gives me 7 plus x. So I can replace all this guy here with 7 plus x, and then for the other one, this will be 65 minus 35, then plus x, because minus times minus is plus, then minus x, minus times 21 is minus 21, minus times minus is plus x. So if I press in my calculator, this is 5 minus 35 minus 21, this gave me 9, then plus x will cancel minus x, so we have plus x. So for this third guy, this is 53 minus 30, then plus x minus 21 plus x. So this guy will cancel this guy. So 53 minus 30 minus 21, this will give me 2. So this 2 plus x. So if I resolve all of this, will give me 2 plus x. So that means if I had each of those things with the intersection, I should be able to have 120. So let's now do that. So that will be 7 plus x plus 9 plus x plus 2 plus x plus, let's look at the first intersection. So that will be 30 minus x. I meant to put this in brackets, but because it's plus times minus is minus, so I don't need to stop myself. So plus, the other guy here is 35 minus x plus 21 minus x, and then plus the intersection of all of them, which is x. This should give me 120, which is total number of customers. So let's now add. So this is 7 plus 9 plus 2 plus 30 plus 35 plus 21. This gave me 104. And then, so for the x part, this will be 1 plus 1 plus 1, then minus 1, minus 1, minus 1 plus 1. So I'm just taking I'm taking each of the x to be 1, just for ease of calculation. So this gave me plus x is equal to 120. So my x here is equal to 120 minus 104, and that gave me 16. So our x, which is the intersection of 3 of them, is actually 16. So how many bank in exactly one of the 3 banks? So if I wanted to find one of the 3 banks, this would be the addition of all these guys, 7 plus x, 9 plus x, and 2 plus x, because that is simplification of what we have here. And so for the second part, I think it's 7 plus x plus 9 plus x plus, I think there's something else again, plus 2 plus x. So 7 plus 9 is 16, 16 plus 2 is 18. X plus x plus x, that is 3x. So I can resolve and say this is like, it's saying 18 plus 3 times 16. So 18 plus 3 times 16 would give me 48. So 48 plus 18, this will give me what? 66. So 66 bank in one of the 3 banks. Now the last one is saying how many bank in 2 or more of the banks. So that would be this 30 minus x, 35 minus x, 21 minus x, and then x. 2 or more is 2 or 3 banks. So we have to add all of these guys. So 30 minus x plus 35 minus x plus 21 minus x. Then we need to add plus x2, right? Because it said 2 or more, plus x is the number that bank in all of them. So this plus x and minus x will go. 35 plus 30 is 65. 65 plus 21, that will give you 86. So 86 then minus x minus, let's say minus 1 minus 1, that will give you minus 2x. So this will be 86 minus 2 times, we said our x is 16. So that will be 86 minus 2 times 16 is 32. And if you subtract this 2, you have what? 54. So that means 54 people bank in 2 or more of the banks. And that way that you can actually do this, which is actually very simple, is that, see this, the first question says that how many bank in exactly one of the banks. So it's either you bank in one of the banks or you bank in either 2 or more banks. And that way you could have done this, which is easier. I will have said the number of total customers minus number of people that bank in 1. This will give you people that bank in 2 or more. So that is saying 120 minus 66. By the time we do 120 minus 66, we're going to still have 54. So any way you decide to do it, right, it just depends on your level of understanding. This should do. Now we've done the Venn diagram approach, let's do the mathematical approach. So mathematically, our formula is n of f union t union h. That will be equal to n of f plus n of t plus n of h minus n of f intersection c minus n of f intersection h minus n of t intersection h. Then when we finish removing, then we'll now add the intersection of three of them. That will be n of f intersection h intersection t. So these are our formula. So our n of f, our n of t, and n of h, that's 72, 65, 53. 72 plus 65 plus 53. Then minus all of these intersections. So let's look at that. So that is 30, 35, 21. So 35, 30, 21. Then plus how many bank in all three? That is what we're trying to look for, which is n of f intersection h intersection t. And the total number of customers 120. So this will be 120 is equal to this guy. So when you have this kind of thing, take a calculator and reduce this formula. So if I press mine, that will be 72 plus 65 plus 53 minus 35 minus 30 minus 21. That gave me 104. So this is 120 is equal to 104 plus n of f intersection h intersection c. Just rearrange everything. That will be minus n f of intersection h is equal to, I'll bring this 120 just, that will be minus 120 plus 104. And that is minus n f intersection h intersection t minus 120 plus 104 is minus 16. And if I divide both sides by minus, that means the n of f intersection h intersection t is equal to 16. So I've gotten the same answer both with Venn diagram and then with the mathematical approach. So for the B part, the question says that we should find how many bank in exactly one of the three banks. So we need to find people that bank in First Bank only, people that bank in Trust Bank only, people that bank in Hallmark Bank only. But remember, we're using the mathematical approach. But we can still drive something away from the Venn diagram. And I think that's why they always say that you should draw the Venn diagram. Because whether you use the mathematical approach or the Venn diagram approach, you'll be able to better visualize the problem with the Venn diagram. What did we do? So we wanted to find this guy alone. Even in the Venn diagram approach, we said 72 minus, this will be First Bank and Trust Bank only, this place here only. Then that will be minus First Bank Nation Hallmark Bank only, which will be this place. Then minus the intersection of three of them. So you have to take out all these three, but it's only, and the intersection of the three of them. Same thing too for the Trust Bank and for the Hallmark Bank. Then when you find this one, this one, this one, then you can now add them individually. So let's put that into thoughts. So we want to find the number of First Bank only, and this would be like saying number of First Bank minus number of First Bank intersection Trust Bank only minus number of First Bank intersection Hallmark Bank only minus number of First Bank intersection Hallmark Bank intersection Trust Bank. So how are we going to represent this? Number of First Bank is, we're told that is 72. So this 72 minus First Bank intersection Trust Bank is what? That's 35. So from that 35, I will have to subtract the what is in the middle, which is the intersection of all of them, to get number of First Bank intersection Trust Bank only. So that will be 35 minus 16. Then minus, same thing too, First Bank intersection Hallmark Bank. Let's see what that is. So it will be 30. So that will be 30 minus 16. And then minus the intersection of all of them, which will be 16. So this is 72 minus 35 minus 16. That will give you 19. 30 minus 16, that will give you 14. And then minus 16. So this is 72 minus 19 minus 14 minus 16. And that will give you 23. So 23 people use only First Bank. So the same thing, so I want you to actually try finding the Trust Bank only and then the Hallmark Bank only. Welcome back. So if you did that correctly, the number of Trust Bank only that you should have would be 25. And then the number of Hallmark only that you should have would be 18. And if you did not get that, you might want to check the calculation that you did again. So at the end of the day, total number of people, therefore the total number of people that only use one bank only will just be the sum, which will be the sum of the First Bank only plus sum of the Trust Bank only plus sum of the Hallmark Bank only. and this is 23 plus 25 plus 18. If you punch that in your calculator, what did that give you? That will give you 66. So that means 66 people use only one bank. And in the last question is saying that we should find people that use 2 or more of the bank. So the same way we use for the Venn diagram approach, we can still do the same thing. So you can just say the number of the universal sets minus the number of people that use one bank. So that's say 120 minus 66, which give you 54. So 2 different methods and we're arriving at the same answer. Let's see if our answer is correct. So these are Venn diagram representative of what we have, correct? And then this is our answer: 16 customers, 66 customers, and 54 customers. Well done to us. Next question says that a survey of a group of 20 patients who took 1 or more of Panadol, Kofta, and Vicks for the treatment of catarrh and cough shows that 16 used Panadol, 9 used Kofta, 8 used Vicks. No patient took Vicks and Kofta. 7 patients took Panadol and Vicks. Write down the last 2 statements in set language using the letters indicated above. Illustrate the given information in the Venn diagram, and then how many patients took Panadol and Kofta. Let's solve it together. So in this question, what are we given? First things first, we're told that the number of patients is 20, so n of u is equal to 20. It now says 16 used Panadol, but it's not Panadol only, so that is just n of p. Basically, that is 16. 9 used Kofta, that will be n of c only, which is 9. And 8 used V, that is n of v, is equal to 8. No patient took Vicks and Kofta, so Vicks intersection Kofta is just like an empty set. And then 7 patients took Panadol and Vicks, so number of people that picked Panadol intersection Vicks is 7. So it now says that we should write down the last 2 statements in set language. So I think we've already done that, which is n of v intersection c as null, and then n of p intersection v as 7. So we're done with that. It now says illustrate the given information in a Venn diagram. So you can see that the Venn diagram approach that we used for that previous one, where we had the common intersection, would not work it because the number of people that use Vicks and Kofta is null. There is no relationship between them. So the way we're going to arrange them will be a bit different. So we'll arrange them like this, and then this guy would come here. Remember, the question is that we should find the number of people that took Panadol intersection Kofta. So this is what we're trying to find. So there is no correlation between Vicks and Kofta. So I will make sure that maybe they are too far off them because there's no point where 2 of them join. So maybe this is the number of people that use Vicks and this number of people that use Kofta. So you can see there is no way these 2 circles would correlate. That's why I put them apart. And then of course I'll put the number of people that use Panadol here. This is correlation between people that choose Panadol and Vicks here. This correlation between people that choose Panadol and Kofta. And remember here, there is no, I mean, if it's just like this place here is your 7. There is no only here, and it is just like a 2 sets Venn diagram. It's like a 2 sets Venn diagram. But although it's 3 sets, but if you look at it, if I isolate this one here, you can see that these 2 form like a 2 sets Venn diagram. So this is like the intersection between them. There is not like 7 minus x, it's just 7. And then people that do Panadol intersection Kofta, let's make it x because that's what we're trying to find. So people that do Vicks, how many are they? They are 8. People that do Panadol, how many are they? They are 16. People that do Kofta, they are 9. And number of people in the total, this thing is 20. So if I want to find people that do Vicks only, this place here is Vicks only. That will be 8 minus 7, which will give me 1. People that do Panadol only, there are 2 intersections there, so I have to take out those intersections. That will be 16 minus 7 minus x. 16 minus 7 is 9, so this will be equal to 9 minus x. And then people that do Kofta only, so this will be 9 minus x. So by the time I had Vicks only and Vicks intersection Panadol, which is this 7, and Panadol only and Panadol intersection Kofta and Kofta only, is going to give me 20. So let's see, that will be 1 plus 7 plus 9 minus x plus x plus 9 minus x, and this will give me 20. So this minuses and pluses will cancel out. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 9 is 17. 17 plus 9 is 26. So 26 minus x is equal to 20. If I carry over 26, that will be minus x is equal to 20 minus 26, and then minus x is equal to minus 6, and then x is equal to 6 if I divide both sides by minus. So like this, we've been able to find x, which is what? P intersection C, and that's what the question actually told us to find. Let's see if our answer is actually correct. So this is the representation of this, and this is our Venn diagram. Remember, this Venn diagram is just a bit different because there is no correlation between two of the members. So when there's no correlation, try to do it like this. Now, the next question says that in a class of 50 students, 25 offer mathematics, 22 offer physics, 30 offer chemistry, and all the students take at least one of these subjects. 10 offer physics and mathematics, 8 offer chemistry and mathematics, 16 offer physics and chemistry. Draw a Venn diagram to illustrate the information and find out the number of students who offer all 3 subjects. I want to actually pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. If you look at the question, what are we given? We're told that number of students is 50. That would be n of u is equal to 50. Number of people that study mathematics is 25. Number of people that study physics, that is n of p, is 22. Number of people that study chemistry is 30. And all the students take at least one of 3 sources. That means that there is nobody that does not offer any of them. 10 offer physics and mathematics. So number of physics intersection mathematics, remember there is no only here, is 10. Number of chemistry and mathematics, so that's intersection m, is 8. Number of physics intersection chemistry is 16. That's how we should draw a Venn diagram and all those things. So let's solve it with Venn diagram. So if this is a Venn diagram, let's represent what we have. So this is n of m, which is equal to 25. This is n of p, which is equal to 22. And this is n of c, which is equal to 30. Now, what else do we know? We were told that the intersection of all 3. Were we given intersection of all 3? No. So that's what we're told to find. So let's say n of m intersection p intersection c is equal to x. That's what we're told to find. So that means that this place here will be x. Intersection of m and p. Where is m and p? P and m, which is 10. So if I want to find m and p only, that will be what? Great. 10 minus x. So if I wanted to find m and c only, we already told that c and m is 8. So m and c only will be 8 minus x. And then p and c only. P and c is 16. So this guy will be 16 minus x. So if we want to find the m only, what will be the m only? M only will be what? 25 minus 10 minus x minus x, then minus what? 8 minus x, Abby. And this guy will be what? 22 minus 10 minus x minus x, then minus open bracket 16 minus x. Note that I'm using brackets when the thing I want to minus is more than 1. You see that I'm putting inside brackets. There's a reason. If you don't put inside brackets, you're going to have a wrong answer. So this is 30 minus, because it's more than 1, I'll put it in brackets, 8 minus x, then minus x, since it's just only 1, then minus, since it's more than 1, 16 minus x. So I can do this and say number of m only will just be what? 25 minus 10. I'm opening the bracket. So minus times minus is plus. That will be plus x. What else do we have again? We have minus x. Minus times 8 will be minus 8. Then minus times minus will be plus. So that will be minus 8 plus x. So minus x and plus x, those ones will cancel out. 25 minus 10 is 15. 15 minus 8, that will give you what? That will give you 7. So 7 plus x, that's people that study maths only. So after resolving all of these guys, we have what? 7 minus x. Let's go to the next one. That will be 22. Let's open 22 minus 10. Then minus times minus will be plus x. So that will be n of p only. That will be 22 minus 10 plus x. What else again will it be? 22 minus 10 plus x. That will be minus x minus 16. Minus times minus will be plus x. So minus x plus 16. Is it plus or minus? Minus x minus 16 then plus x. It's just simple opening up of brackets. Plus x and minus x will cancel out. So 22 minus 10, that will give you 12. 12 minus 16, that will give you minus 4 plus x. This is actually looking strange, but let's keep on moving. So the n of the last subject is chemistry. So n of c only. But before I do that, let me replace this guy and say this is going to give me minus 4 plus x. So n of c only would be 30 minus 8 plus x. 30 minus 8 plus x here, because we open up the bracket. Then minus 8 minus times minus, that'll be minus 16 minus times minus plus, so minus x minus 16 plus x, minus x minus 16 plus x. So plus and minus will cancel out. 30 minus 8, that will give you 22. 22 minus 16, that will give you 6, and that will be equal to 6 plus x. So by the time we resolve this guy here, this will give me what? 6 plus x. So now I know the value of each of the onlys, and then there's no one that does not study any of them. So by the time I had all of the onlys, only this, then all the three, I should be able to have the total number of people. So that will be n of u should be equal to 50. So if I just say n of u, this should be equal to 50. So let's add 7 plus x plus 10 minus x plus, this should be minus 4 plus x. What else again do we have? We have 8 minus x plus 16 minus x. And then for this last guy, we have 6 plus x. So plus 6 plus x. That's the one we're doing with plus. Even when I was plusing more than one like this minus 4, I was not putting inside brackets. But I should put inside bracket, but it does not make any difference. But let's simplify. That will be 7 plus x plus 10 minus x, plus times minus is minus 4, then plus x plus 8 minus x plus x. So if I come down, then plus 16 minus x plus 6 plus x. So let's minus x will cancel out this plus x, minus x will cancel out this plus x, minus x will cancel out this plus x. So we are left with 7 plus 10 minus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 6. By the time you had all of these guys, this will give you 43. So this 43 plus x. So by the time I resolved all these guys, this gave me 43 plus x. Of course, 43 plus x will be equal to the total number of people, which is equal to 50. So if I didn't put this head, this should be have been equal to 50. This should have been equal to 50. So this also equal to 50. So that means our x will now be equal to 50 minus 43, and that is equal to 7. So people that actually did all three is 7. Now we have solved it using the diagram approach. Let's solve this using the mathematical approach. So our three things is M, P, and C. So that will be mathematically n of M union P union C is equal to n of M plus n of P plus n of C minus n of M intersection P minus n of M intersection C minus n of P intersection C, then plus n of M intersection P intersection C. So let's substitute. We know that our n of M is what? 25, this is 22, and this is 30. So 25 plus 22 plus 30, 25 plus 22 plus 30, then minus all the intersections. The intersections is what? This is 10, 8, and 16. So minus 10, minus 8, minus 16, then plus the three of them, which will be n of M intersection P intersection C. The total number is 50. So our n of u, which is 50. So let's simplify. So 50 will be equal to, if I take out my calculator, 25 plus 22 plus 30 minus 10 minus 8 minus 16. This gave me 43. So 43 plus n of M intersection P intersection C. 50 minus 43 is equal to n of M intersection P intersection C. So n of M intersection P intersection C is equal to 7. 50 minus 43 is 7. So you can see the two different approaches, and we got the same answer. I think for this one, it will be better to use the mathematical approach. If I just find the intersection, other using the Venn diagram, where you have to be minus and minus, and there's more probability of making errors. So let's see if our answer is actually correct. This is our Venn diagram. You can see all the 22, 7 plus x, the resolved value, right? 7 plus x minus 4 plus x, 16 plus x, and then we have the intersection to be 7. So that's basically about this particular question. This example says that in a certain class, 22 students take one or more of chemistry, economics, and government. 12 take economics, 8 takes government, 7 takes chemistry. Nobody takes economics and chemistry. 4 take economics and government. Using set notation and the letters given above, write down two statements in the last sentence. Draw a Venn diagram to illustrate information, and then how many people take both chemistry and government only. I want you to actually pause this video and try it out yourself. It's similar to what we did in one of the previous examples. Come back, let's solve it together. So what is given? Two total students. So one way to say it is by saying n of u, but I wanted to move away from saying n of u to saying n of C union E union G, right? That is everybody in the particular set. So is equal to 22, and then 12 take economics, so that will be n of E is equal to 12, and then n of G, which is number of people that take government, is 8, and then number of people that take chemistry is 7. So n of C is 7. It says nobody takes economics and chemistry, so n of economics, tradition, chemistry is the null set, and then 4 take economics and government, so n of economics, tradition, government is equal to 4. It now says how many take both chemistry and government, so n of C intersection G, that we'll try to find, and then how many take government only, so that will be n of G is equal to unknown. So if I make this guy to be X instead of saying unknown, I can make this guy to be Y. Given all this information, let us do our Venn diagram. Our Venn diagram will be looking like something like this, similar to what we did. The ones that don't have intersection is E and C, so I'll take them as far as I can from each other. So this is n of E, this is n of C, this is n of G. The n of E, how many people take economics, is 12, so this will be 12, to be 8, and this will be 7. And the number of people that take economics union government union chemistry is how many? I think they said it is 22, so this will be equal to 22. Number that study economics and government is 4, so economics and government, this is 4. Number that studied government and chemistry is X, so I'll just put X here. Economics only will be 12 minus 4, which is 8. Government only will be 8 minus 4 minus X, which will be equal to what? 4 minus X. And then chemistry only will be 7 minus X. So by the time I had all of this only, remember they said nobody studies none of them. If there was someone that studied none of them, which would have been somewhere, we'll have to say 8 plus 4 minus X plus 7 minus X plus that number will give us 22. But then there is nobody, so we can ignore that. 8 plus 4 minus X plus 7 minus X should give us what? 22. So 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 plus 7, that should give me 23. Minus X and plus X should cancel out. Then minus X is equal to 22. So minus X is equal to 22 minus 23. And if I move this down, so minus X will now be equal to 22 minus 23 is what? Minus 1. So if I divide this side by minus, our X should be equal to 1. We're told that we should find number of people that study government only. So government only is just this, which is 4 minus X. So government only is 4 minus X, and that will be 4 minus 1, which is equal to 3. So if this was a theory question, you should put the conclusion and say, therefore, people that studied this is government and chemistry. So number of people that studied chemistry, intersection, government is equal to 1, and number of people that studied government, or you can just say number of people that studied government only is 3. Remember, the first part of the question was saying that we should represent, I think it was saying that we should represent the first two parts in Venn diagram, but we've already done that, which is this n of E intersection G is 4 and n of intersection C is 5. Don't forget to always answer these questions. I just breezed past it because we've already answered the one we're doing the given. So your number I should be n of intersection C is equal to 5, and then n of E intersection G is equal to 4. That should be your number I, and then your number I with the Venn diagram, and then you now solve the particular questions under. Let's see if our solution is actually correct. So we can see our Venn diagram. You can see the E intersection C file, and then we can see our Venn diagram, which is similar to what we had. You can see the number of people that studied both, which is 1, and number of people that studied government only, which is 3. So well done to you if you got it. So with this, we've actually come to the end of this particular video, but there's one thing I want to, there's a mistake I made. So when I was listing out the parameters, like if you see this place, they already said nobody takes economics and government. So if I wanted to say n of, in brackets, E intersection C, that should be 0, like, because the n is the number of people in that intersection, which is 0. Or if I wanted to use the null sign, I should have said just E intersection C without the n. Like if you're saying if I intersect sets E and set C, it will be a null set. So please just take note of that correction. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like the video, preach to somebody about this channel. I want the channel to actually grow very well, and I want us to reach as many people as possible. At least that is the reward that I can get for all the hard work. I can tell you it's a lot of work that goes into these videos. In the next video, we'll be looking at the WAEC past question for the last 10 years on set theory. See you there.